Welcome back to Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Nicole
Hello.
and Evie.
A good day.
And this is our return to Antarctica in Stargate SG1 Season 6, Episode 4's Frozen.
It is.
We
I just want to
haven't,
say that, sorry, David, go.
we haven't been back since Season 1.
Yeah, I do like when they go back to
That's it.
Antarctica. The dangers of
Yeah.
the ice. Gecko Fett said, after we've done this, Gecko Fett immediately went to Instagram and liked Evie's meme. So
There you
thank
go.
you,
Thank
Gecko
you.
Fett.
Oh,
That's what I
thank
want
you.
to say.
Oh, that's adorable. So Sam is like kind of providing some technical context for the Antarctic DHD's limited use, which sort of explains its absence in certain critical situations from previous episodes. Um, I was going to say this is written by Robert C. Cooper and directed by Martin Wood. So it's returning to a similar territory as Solitudes. So according to the DVD commentary, he found this episode easier to direct due to his increased experience and more favorable filming conditions. And Amanda Tapping said in the commentary, same director, same frozen soundstage. Coincidence? I think not.
Yep.
Uh,
And the last time there was a fire.
Mm.
mm.
Yeah.
So you'll notice a lot of North Face branding.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I did, yeah.
yeah, this marks a departure from the show's like usual focus on military hardware. So much so that apparently in the UK broadcasts they digitally obscured the logos.
Really? Why?
Apparently, and I don't know. And according to Kathann Ambrose, the script coordinator, the product placement was a deliberate collaboration with North Face due to the episode setting in Antarctica. So she said integrations were quite rare on Stargate, given that the show's focus was mainly on fictional planets and custom-made
But
props.
Dell,
So
was a big one.
that's true.
And
Yep.
North Face and like maybe one other like Fanta. No, there was a
Mm,
like when they had water bottles. I see we'd see Ben and Jerry's in
yes,
season
Ben and
6.
Jerry's. Yep, absolutely.
And they would have water bottles off world. So yeah, they were shipping a lot of product to and from.
Yeah. So, in keeping with Stargate's tradition of using British Columbia locations, White Rock is named after the real city near the US border.
Yeah.
Um, the production team actually went to great lengths to create like an authentic and Antarctic environment for this episode. Co-executive producer N. John Smith said that they employed the same refrigeration company as they did for Solitudes, aiming for a chilly -5 degrees on set. Ironically, they had to turn off the cooling during the filming due to like noise issues.
Yep.
And RDA, being from Minnesota, he was reportedly unimpressed by the cold and claimed he was born in much harsher
I'm
conditions.
sure that's right.
And both Corin and Amanda said that the cold set enhanced their performances. So Amanda particularly appreciated seeing like her breath. So she said it added like a layer of authenticity that she felt improved the on-screen like result.
Yep.
We also kind of heard Jack make like a flyaway comment about, being happy to be in Antarctica. So obviously this is
Oh,
because
sure.
of what happened in
PTSD.
Solitudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also loved his
Um,
doctor. All right, that's enough.
I know. We also missed the pineapple that was sitting on the metal drum to the
Oh.
left of the screen in the entranceway. So this is the calling card for Will Waring, but he didn't actually direct this episode. He was the camera operator though.
So that's his
Yeah,
little nod. I've
I
been
want to
trying to
make
get
a
Will on the
complaint.
show.
that
I
would
want to
be
make a
cool.
complaint that this episode is forever burned in my brain as the thing I'm mad at because I didn't remember Ayana Eternal Bloom when David
Yes.
gave it to me as a question in trivia, and I'm
Cherokee.
still mad about it.
Oh, yes. So, Joe Malozzi revealed that Dr. Michael's claim of being one-quarter Cherokee was a playful jab at Chris Judge, who is also one-quarter Cherokee.
He is.
Wow.
So, Jonas's statement about the Giza Stargate being buried 2,000 years ago contradicts the show's established timeline of 5,000 years. So he may have meant to say 2000 BC, but that would have been off as well.
Ooh, good
Yeah, well,
points.
you know what? Jonas, it has a big head with a lot of information in it, and sometimes people
He
flub.
does.
So
That's it.
we'll
That's
allow some
true.
flub.
Yeah,
But
like
for Jonas,
cram
that's
studying,
odd.
like you can't like
Yeah.
cram study because it doesn't commit the information to your long-term memory, only short-term. So maybe he did that. I don't know.
Yeah. I just love that Janet's here. It's so nice.
Yep, makes
It's
sense.
it's so nice. I love it.
This is the first big nod to the ancients.
Yeah.
Um,
And
well,
she's in
after like
Atlantis.
Ascension.
She's in the first episode.
She sure
of
is.
Atlantis.
She
She
wasn't
is,
supposed to
yeah.
be, and they managed to get her in. I remember reading that they wanted to and that they didn't, and then there she was in the show, and I'm like, yes.
It is good to see her.
Such a cool idea.
Yeah, so this episode obviously continues the running gag of Jack's devotion to The Simpsons, and it's also a clever nod to the show's reciprocal references to MacGyver. Joe Malozzi recalled that this detail ultimately led to Dan Castan I can never pronounce his name.
Castanella.
Thank you.
Castaneda.
Guest appearance in Stargate,
Yes.
and obviously the neat twist of fate with IDA's subsequent guest spot on The Simpsons.
For sure.
I actually saw that Simpsons episode before I saw the episode Citizen Joe. So that was really delightful watching the reverse.
So I missed doing our like character introductions when the crew were originally introduced. So this episode features Bruce Harwood as Dr. Osborne. So X-Files fans
Yes.
would appreciate that. He was best known as John Fitzgerald Byers in the X-Files.
Yep.
And we also have Paul Perry as Dr. Woods. So he seems to have a PhD in playing doctors, because this is like the 10th time in a white coat in his acting career.
Have the look, have the look.
And Venus Terzo as Dr. Michaels. So she's actually voiced a character on she's voiced a character called Jean Grey on X-Men Evolution.
Oh, I didn't know she was
alongside
Jean
like
Grey.
so many Stargate alumni. So Christopher
Have
Judge
you seen X-Men, Evie?
Oh.
did
Evolution.
I guess no, not X-Men Evolution.
Watch
yeah,
her
Christopher
eyes.
Judge
Watch
was
her
on there.
watch
Kirby
her.
Morrow.
Her right eye flickered a little bit. Eyelid.
Oof.
Oh, did it?
But it was pretty steady.
She's doing a good job.
So sorry, Evie.
No, that's okay.
Ooh, she live.
Yeah, she is alive.
Oh, so creepy. Yeah.
So, as we kind of mentioned, she kind of holds the distinction of being the first on-screen ancient.
Yeah,
so
it's
this
super
isn't
cool.
like immediately apparent. Yeah.
Chibi Me said, I'll forever be frustrated that Ayana, being an Atlantis, didn't have a follow-up. Yeah, I would have liked more follow-up as to the situation there.
I agree. A bit more background would have been good.
Because that guy's like just really angry at her, and then he walks away, and then suddenly Atlantis is gone, and she's left there, and I'm like, okay, well, what did she do? Well, what happened here?
Yeah, how did she end up on Earth? That's what I want
Yeah,
to know.
and abandoned. Well, Atlantis is on Earth
Probably
now,
has to
and
do
left
with
her
the
behind,
plague.
But yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, you're probably right.
I wrote a novel series, again, I've said this before, called Stargate Oblivion, a 6-part series, and she is a big player in this.
Yeah.
Mm.
I always was kind of bothered about her clothing, though, because it's not very ancient-y, especially compared to the outfit that she's wearing.
It's not.
When you see her. It's
Yeah.
very not accurate to what I understand from the ancients.
It suggests she lived for a while after the base left and had to fashion her own
Yeah.
clothing.
Yeah,
So-
and to me, that just
So-
doesn't seem like a thing.
Congress,
Mm.
yeah.
So the creation of the ice tomb that she was in was like a feat of practical effects.
so cool.
they used acrylic and a mold of her face to like craft a perfectly fitted icy encasement.
She wasn't really in there when the large piece was overhead, was she? I guess she was.
Yeah, I think she was.
I mean, it's
better than
saw
having
to
some
put a
footage
fake
of her
person in
like
there.
having to lie in there, and they were like putting the other half of the the tomb like on top of her.
Wow.
But they
Yeah.
did like a mold of her face. It was in like the behind the scenes footage. I think she was there for hours when they were like applying this plaster to her face and waiting for it to set.
Hmm.
If you prick me, I bleed.
Mm,
So cool. This is a very cool moment. You know, like I've never like loved this episode, but there are elements of this episode I do really like enjoy.
yeah.
Like this is super cool.
It makes a lot of sense to me that you unfreeze something this old, another human.
Mm,
It's like when Europeans come to America, they're going
Yeah.
to spread their disease. We
Yeah.
wiped
That's
out
true.
what 95%, 93% of all North American Indians when Europeans arrived. They gave us
God, yeah.
syphilis, but I mean, wiped out that race
Yeah.
completely unintentionally, but it still happened.
Yeah.
I love her reaction.
Well,
Yeah.
her vocalizations, while being intubated, kind of stretch medical credibility because the tube would pass between the vocal cords, so they'd be essentially rendered immobile. So
Yeah.
the audible noises would be like quite difficult. But anyway, that doesn't really matter.
She is beautiful.
Yep.
What I find is kind of funny is she's got like the overplucked 90s eyebrows. So
Yeah.
the ancients were like way ahead of their time.
You know, trends, man. Like all sorts of fashion trends go back
Yeah.
and forth.
That's true.
She was a
Jeez.
trendsetter for her time. She had no idea
She
it would come
was.
back.
So, I think around here there was a scene that was cut with Jack debriefing Hammond. So there were like a few very colorful lines that didn't make the episode
I've
for
seen
good
them, yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
Including a rather blunt response to Sam's observation about the frozen body's gender. And there was also a scene cut about The Simpsons with Jack asking Hammond if he'd remembered to tape
To
it.
tape it for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Is Don in this episode?
I think his one moment was cut out.
Yeah, no, I
Okay,
don't
so
think so.
he was in the deleted scene.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Did they film
And
it
I don't
or
even
yeah.
Yeah, I think they filmed
Wait,
it.
do
and
we
I
see him
think
at the
it
end of
was
this
him-
episode? Don't we see him at the end?
No. Well,
No, I don't
they
think so.
may because we
I
do see
literally
him go
watched
through the
this yesterday
Stargate.
and I can't remember.
Yeah, he goes back to the base. I
He
think we see
does.
him
I
at the
guess
end.
we do
no,
see
no,
him.
I think
Okay.
he
But we
does.
don't see him
I
during
think he
this
does.
part.
Got
Like
it.
we would
No,
have, but it got
no.
cut. So
It was just like a it might have just been audio, but I mean, yeah, it was filmed. It just was cut out. It really wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
I think they just couldn't make it work with the script.
They got her tied down.
Yeah, they don't need to do that.
they don't know that.
She's just confused, like she's not violent. Yeah, removing those masks is not a good idea.
I like when he shows her like how to eat, like was it peas and carrots? The chopped carrots are chopped up in the little like boiled
Amazing.
carrots. And yeah,
Yes.
and she's like
Yes.
with her fingers eating it.
Yeah.
Every time I see that, I get hungry for carrots. What is this hairstyle?
It's like dreads, but not.
Yeah.
pretty.
I used to do my hair like that back in the 90s.
Oh,
Really?
Very time consuming. Yeah.
it's very 90s.
Yeah. It's like faux dreadlocks.
Yeah.
She reminds me so much of Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed.
Very
Is it
Lily.
Mila Djokovic?
Mila
or whatever her name
Jovovich,
is?
Mila Jovovich,
is,
yeah.
is
Jovovich,
Lilu.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mila Jovovich's daughter's now doing really well. She's got like a good acting career ahead of her.
She
She
looks
just did a
just like her.
She does. She did Black Widow, and then
Spitting
she's
image of her.
also did the new Peter
Wow.
Pan one, and it's like, oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Lock Watcher Anna was also in 4 episodes of Universe as Colonel Young's wife, Emily.
She was, yeah, she was.
Yes.
Oh god, that horrible sex scene that I've just remembered that we have to get to eventually. Oh
Yeah.
god, the awkwardness.
Yeah. Anna
she's
is
great.
one of the few actors who appear in all 3 shows.
She's just. Oh yeah, and it's completely healed, isn't it? She goes
completely
in, it's like,
healed.
oh,
Yes.
nothing.
No more boo boo.
No boo-boo for her. Ancient booby.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Chicken.
More chicken.
Amazing.
I wish we'd seen more of both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like Frances as
Yeah.
well. She's really cool.
Is it Francine?
Francine.
Sorry,
I wasn't going
meant
to say
Francine.
anything,
I didn't want
but
to say
yeah.
Frances. Sorry.
I
Brain
had to
broke.
correct her, Evie.
Thank you, darling.
Sorry.
No. I want to be right. I want
Sorry.
people to tell me when I'm wrong.
ViewSonic. One of the few times ViewSonic had monitors. I think ViewSonic may have been the three panel monitor in the previous episode too.
Following us talking about the meme Evie made, not doing as well as we would have liked. Stuart has now followed us on Instagram. Thanks, Stuart.
Oh, yay. Extra
all coming.
people.
There we go.
Urias Tosh said, gating in, folks. Hello. Welcome.
I'm thinking she doesn't remember because either her memory's been blocked
Yes.
or something happened to her and she damaged her head.
Maybe it's the
when he shows her the
virus.
Stargate, she doesn't recognize it. So I don't think that she does anymore.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
I
No.
love cafeteria food. I'm sorry, I do. I always have.
You sound like
No,
McKay.
it's like plain food.
No, McKay hates plain food because he can't get seconds.
You can't get seconds.
I actually like plain food. I don't like cafeteria food. So,
She's so good in this.
Yeah, she really is.
she's making me hungry.
I've asked Anna to come on Dial the Gate. She's
Yeah.
declined. That was a few years ago, and I might approach Corin to say, hey, would you be interested in doing a double?
Oh, that would be cool.
I'd love to sit down and talk with both of them again.
Yeah.
She's enjoying herself. You should have showed her to use out the
cafeteria
utensils.
food for a like defrosted ancient. Like, maybe start with soup or something. Like ease her in. She hasn't eaten for like
That's
Yeah, the
true.
IBS trigger that's going to
true.
happen to her. Poor
That's
thing.
true.
My goodness.
And they'd undoubtedly have soup down there.
I'd say
Yeah.
so. You'd need soup in these conditions.
That's true. What? I mean, there's corn, there's peas. What is that in the middle? Is it turkey? What
Is it some sort of mush? Yeah.
Okay, like mashed potato.
Is it mash? Yeah.
Yeah, it might be
the hell
cut
is
up meat
that?
with gravy.
I love her.
It's like dinner and a show.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, she's so good.
Red jelly, because the blue is reserved for Sam.
Yes, the blue.
Oh, sorry, Jello for Americans.
That's it.
Oh,
Oh, good
Cassandra.
callback. Good callback.
Oh, I love it. Let's
guess-
remember that there are other episodes.
Frasier probably would have just taken her her database with her or
I'd say so,
accessed
yeah.
it from here.
A zip drive or something. What do
She
they
would have
have
had
back
to have
then?
had her, yeah. A zip drive indeed. I had a zip drive.
Yeah, I had a zip drive too when
You
I was
did?
at university.
Oh,
yeah,
there
when
you
I was
go.
at uni.
You
That's
push
how
the
I
little
saved
button
all
and
of
it
my
thinks for a
work.
second, then it spits it out.
Yes.
I loved it.
Anthony says it's probably Salisbury steak. It seems to be a favorite. That's
Ah,
what Teal'c says his
Salisbury
favorite
steak.
is in
Good for you,
Atlantis,
Anthony.
isn't
Isn't
That's
that a-
probably it.
Yeah, maybe. I just thought
That's
the
it,
colors
that's
would be a
Teal'c's
bit
one.
different.
Well, colors are never consistent.
Yeah, but it is like probably frozen food.
I'm sure
so-
all of that food was frozen at one point or another.
Yeah.
So,
You make me think about like all this plain food now. I remember on my way back from San Diego Comic-Con, I was on the flight and they gave me a breakfast, but they gave me like a typical English breakfast, but all English food
Yeah.
has ketchup with it,
oh,
and there was no ketchup, and I was
Interesting.
infuriated. And then the woman said,
Blasphemy.
you eat ketchup with breakfast. Interesting. I mean,
In
I
the
know
UK, yeah.
some Americans do, but yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
flight attendant said to me, "I have some ketchup sachets in my bag. Let me
Okay.
go get you some." And I was like, "Yes." cut
Yeah,
me
when
some."
you
In her
fly
bag.
international, you
Wow.
get the breakfast of the nation you're heading towards.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
you get the
I got
meals of
UK.
the nation you're heading towards. So,
So in
yeah.
no other situation would you accept sachets of ketchup from anyone else
Stranger.
other than
No,
an air hostess.
flight attendant. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
100%.
sachets? Is
It's a sachet.
Sachet.
is that like
It's
a
a packet.
packet?
Yeah, packet,
Packet,
sachet.
yeah.
I guess that's like a derivation of sacket. or
Probably.
or like a sack, small sack. Interesting. All right,
Yeah.
back to the show.
Yeah, back to the show.
Sorry.
Evolution
Whoa.
of biology, ancients.
Here we go. They're dropping like
Francine's
flies.
passed out.
Yeah, that's our first casualty, so to speak.
So basically,
she's not
Nancy was
dead,
trying to
but-
get her ancient on and didn't get the chance in the end. So oopsie poopsie. GB Me said, seems like Satidans and ancients have the same eating manners. Yes.
Yes. Hilarious.
It wasn't on purpose. Yep.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ah.
I guess they were just so excited about the fact that she was alive, they didn't really consider what she might be carrying.
I mean, they kind of did because they wore the masks, but then they quickly gave up on them, and it's like,
Yeah.
guys, you're a bunch of silly
Yeah, well,
billies.
that was Jonas's fault.
I
He
think
did
probably
smile
after
at her.
COVID, they would not proceed like they did in this
No.
episode.
No, oh my, COVID has
I think
done
they would
so
keep her
much to the
contained.
world. Yeah.
They'd be wearing like the full
Yep, I think so too. I
outfits.
think that they'd be wearing complete
Hazmat.
hazmat.
Yeah.
Mop 4.
Yeah, Mob 4. I was about to say that and then get
Yeah.
that weird gunk out and put it on his hands. Yeah.
Yep.
Doesn't Teal'c
Cool.
also get sick because he, like, the symbiote
No,
can't do
he
anything
doesn't
about
get-
it?
I don't.
he
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't
get
think he
sick.
does.
He
Yeah.
doesn't get sick?
Oh.
They urge him to kill Noreen, so he doesn't get
Oh,
sick.
so he doesn't get sick. That's why.
He's
yeah,
fine,
yeah.
and Jonas is fine for some reason.
Damn, the Gould symbiote be working overtime.
It does. It protects him from all kinds
just
of
the
things.
alien physiology is a
I
bit
will say,
different,
guys,
yes, because Jonas doesn't get sick either.
This is an episode I've only seen 3 times, which is why my memory is a little bit foggier.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it as we wrap it up. If
I
if
don't.
they
Yeah,
improve or decline.
I don't think this is one that I skip. When
This
do
is
a
one I would
rewatch.
probably skip.
Really?
Annoying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could not have someone do that to me while I was sleeping. It'd be
No, I'd be like, get
I'd
off
be
me.
like, leave me alone. Go away.
Yeah.
But I
bat
mean,
them
I
away.
guess she's just so far out of it
Yep.
that she doesn't notice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this. They have to go out and get woods.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
If it wasn't for these 2 red shirts, Ayana could have saved O'Neill. But no.
I know.
Except
I
for
wish...
Teal'c, doesn't she end up healing everybody and dying from it?
I'm pretty sure Jonas doesn't get sick.
Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Nicole?
Oh, I was just saying, I do actually wish that, because obviously he's going to become, Jackson become a Tok'ra, sort of at the end of the episode. I do wish that he had a bit more time to meld with it or something, simply because I think that if he'd been able to have a proper relationship with the Tok'ra symbiote, he could have had a bit less resentment and bitterness towards them, and I'm quite sad about that. So looking forward to getting to that, but sad.
So these or those ski-doos were custom built with plastic skis and hidden inline skate wheels, which allowed for a smoother operation on the studio floor while maintaining like a realistic appearance on camera. This episode also does sort of take some creative liberties with the Antarctic daylight. So while the exterior shots show like a sun-drenched landscape, we also see the crew venturing out into the darkness right there. So given that sunlight persists for 6 months in Antarctica, this day-night discrepancy is a little bit puzzling. So even Michael said another week or 2, it'll be dark most of the time outside.
Yep.
So.
I have been at that time of the year in Alaska, and it's just like a couple of weeks away from them going completely dark.
I kind of love that.
Oh, I forgot she's understanding him now.
She does understand him.
Like,
she just
my
doesn't really
fault.
speak.
Yeah.
It's like her ancientness is coming back, and
Yeah.
she's slowly like it's
She
like
just
her
doesn't
brain's
remember her
healing.
ABCs, but she does
Yeah.
remember, her.
I think
she
her
has her
brain's starting
abilities.
to recall
Yeah.
everything, and eventually she's gonna like maybe completely recover, hopefully, But again, not enough time.
Yeah, she doesn't remember. It's
She
gone.
doesn't know.
Oof.
Centrifuge. Good old
Yeah.
The
centrifuge.
centrifuge.
I just love saying centrifuge.
Yeah, me too.
Centrifuge is a fun word to say. I have to really concentrate on pronouncing it properly though, because it's just so early. Centrifuge.
Several million years, according to the Atlantis pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Search in the snow. Ugh.
Such in the soundstage.
Yeah.
Me said, Ancients and the Nox sure learn languages at an incredible pace. Yes. For episode convenience, 40 minutes is not a lot of time.
That's it.
Exactly.
I would like a TV show where it's like a whole season of them trying to like learn the languages between each other. But that I know that will get quite boring. So at least like do like a flash forward a couple weeks going, hey, they learned some things.
It's one of the things that I wish the pilot had said when O'Neill meets Skara again, and Skara says, "I do not think to be seeing you again." I wish O'Neill had said, "You speak English now." He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel."
Log Watcher, I don't know about the disease. I spent most of my time stamping chevrons into in the Stargate factory. I love that. That's good.
Stargate factory.
That's so cool.
Ooh,
It's on
okay.
soundstage. I love that.
They do such a good job. It's very believable. So they've found him, but he's definitely not out of the woods.
Funny. Hilarious.
I thought so. I'll just laugh at my own joke.
Bit of freezer burn.
Can you defrost him like we defrosted you?
You know, there's actually like a recent case apparently happened where somebody fell like face first into like a frozen lake, and like their whole body started like shutting down, and they kind of froze a bit, and they got like thawed and managed to survive without like losing their marbles, as in their brain was
their brains were they were under. So if you're referring to the breakthrough story,
I think it might have been that one. Yeah.
So they were frozen in just the right way.
So the little boy, his name was, believe it or not, John Smith. He was underwater for 15 minutes. It was so cold that his body shut down, and he survived.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I remember reading about that, being like, "Whoa!" And it's there's like these there are these places I've seen in LA online where you can go and freeze yourself.
Yes.
Before you die, in order to maybe have a cure that brings you back later.
Cryogenics.
Yep. Cryogenics.
Yes.
But the problem is
Really
we can't unfreeze you successfully.
Yeah,
that's right.
At least not right now.
Yeah, so there were these parents who sent I think their daughter had it was terminally ill, and so they had her frozen, and then they were like, we're gonna freeze ourselves when we become old enough, and but not too old. And that was a really interesting commitment.
Wow.
Magic. Ancient powers.
And then his feet, all of a sudden.
All that freezer burn is gone.
That's so cool.
I assume it's just a light effect.
Jean Deanna Smith said something that I feel like it's from like Grey's Anatomy, because I always hear it from there, which is she said, as they say, they aren't dead until they're warm and dead, which is something. I think it's because Meredith ends up being frozen, but like they bring her back up to like the temperature she should be, and then they're like, right, she's not dead until she's warm and dead. So Ross Luther first showing up the healing power of the ancients. Yep. Candy Mitch, kids are more likely to survive extreme cold temperatures compared to adults. I feel like because kids are like they're like a rubber band ball. They just bounce off of stuff, damaging themselves. Yeah, their resilience is insane. I love it.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this role would have been really hard. because she's having to like channel everything through her expressions, so it must have been like pretty intense. She does a good
Just to
job.
shake
In
her
my
head for
interview
no.
with Anna on Gate World, she said that when she got the part, she was like, "No dialogue. This is going to be a piece of cake,"
No, it's hard.
it wasn't. She said it was one of the hardest things that she's done because she had to emote everything. So she wasn't going to just like play it off. She was seriously going to emote everything that she could through her performance, and
Wow.
she did it.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
Do something.
Now, can you do this one?
Yeah.
I know. I think I don't know.
I feel quite bad.
They're
though,
expecting a lot. They're expecting a lot from her.
she's an ancient juice box. You know, they're just
Yeah.
sucking out all that juice.
Is the
you
juice
know?
worth the squeeze?
Yeah.
Well, they squeezed this one a bit too hard.
I think so
Yeah.
too. I wonder if
what a waste of ancient.
she could have been saved had she had time to recover, or
Yeah.
or if she really only had so much of her life force to give.
It's a bit of foreshadowing from Jack there. Maybe she can zap us all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone but you, buddy.
Yeah.
she's going to run out of squeeze.
Yes.
Terrell's great in this.
Mm-hmm. As always.
Ah, so that's what it is. The virus itself kills her. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Probably also just
they were suffering from the
extreme
plague, so-
age and
Yep.
degradation. Maybe she just needs like a big glass of orange juice.
Yeah. Refill that juice box.
Keep up those electrolytes.
Yeah, they're good. You're on deck, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't know. He's been just a tad creepy. I know he's just feeling grateful, but yeah.
It's the glasses.
Yeah, I think it is the glasses. I was thinking that too. It's like the shape of the frame or something. I don't know. That sounds like a really gross generalization, but yeah, he's given off some creepy vibes.
Hmm.
It's just like, yeah, be careful what you wish for, because with the ancients, you know, first they giveth, then they taketh away.
Sleepy sleep.
Like,
Go
this
nighty
guy's
night.
actually like really hot though. I don't know what I think his glasses are working for me. I didn't mention it earlier. But
Oh, really?
I don't know why he
Yeah.
wasn't reading a book, you know?
Yeah. Also, when she goes to heal Janet, is there a tattoo on her shoulder? Like on Janet's? On the left shoulder? It's like there's something there. I was
Is
just
it just
curious as
sweat?
whether
Is it just
Terrell
a
has a No,
sprayed
it's
wet?
like it looks
She's
no,
wearing
I
a
don't think it's
watch.
no, I see what Evie's trying to say. It looks like there's a bit of a dark spot there.
Yeah,
Interesting.
there's something there.
Could just be a skin condition. I hope it's a tattoo and not that.
No, I did pause.
I don't
Not
think Terrell
now,
has
but when I was
tattoos.
rewatching it yesterday, I paused it and it looked more like that's what it was, but it might
Urias
not be.
Tosh said she's like the anti-Hathor. Goes around and like, you know, touching you a little bit, but like it's in a nice, safe way.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot she could make
something's
people pass
off.
out. Yeah.
Woods
Take a nap.
isn't feeling normal. You know,
Oh,
because his name's
jeez.
Norm.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I don't remember seeing the edge of the facility. That's cool. Makes sense.
Oh, the way she holds her hand, she went straight to
She
holding
went
her
there,
hand.
she
That's so
tried.
nice.
Oh, Jack.
Oh, Jack, it's Tokra o'clock.
It's Tokra time!
Tokra time! God, like that gave me PTSD to Solitudes. Because it literally has like Teal down, you'll be like, you're gonna be fine, yeah, you're gonna be fine, like while they're being put in the box.
See,
What do they do with their body?
I don't think Jonas needed healing.
What about Francine?
Yeah, she got done.
She did?
She was like the first.
Yeah,
she was like the first to get done.
Oh.
What do they do with Ayana's body? Do they, do they like cremate her, or do they decide to like, because her body's kind of contaminated, or do you think they gave her like a really cool burial?
I suspect they cremated her.
I think they, I don't know. I would have thought they might have done.
I would love for them to have an urn of like an ancient urn situation and put her in like a really cool place just to honor the ancients.
Well, yeah, they probably did cremate her because they don't want to risk the disease spreading. But I meant, yeah, you'd want to do it quick because, you know, the trust and stuff would want to get their hands on her.
Oh, absolutely.
So now we're whipping out those at PPE.
Oh, Urius Tosh said Stargate cremation. Yeah, go out in style. I do like that way of saying goodbye to the dead. I think it's really cool. Because they do it for the, is it with the Tok'ra they do it with in one of the next episodes?
You mean having a service?
Yeah, they have the service, but then they have the they open the Stargate and the Kawoosh.
Yes, the Kawoosh consumes them.
Yes, I think it was the Tok'ra.
Actually, that's
a cool way to go.
That's a good way.
If they do that with Ayana, no risk of any disease anywhere, and it's cool.
I think creation also means no risk.
Yeah.
You're destroying the cells. So.
GBME said Jack had a tough time in Antarctica. Not exactly a good track record going. No. I feel like he should stay away. You know, also next time he goes, you know, he ends up getting frozen. Then the next time he goes, he nearly gets shot down while in a helicopter. Like, man needs to get away from the ice.
She knows she's dying.
She does.
Well, she got to help. Oh, she said sorry. It's so sad.
Gecko Fat Web. So she did heal Jonas, according to what Jonas said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, it's not your fault.
Your first.
I mean, you were kind of expecting a lot from her, but
they had nothing else that could be done.
Yeah.
They did.
I like that. So Oma isn't necessarily like an ancient, you know, because the way she talks about them in season 8, like Daniel asks, and she's like, yeah, a couple of them are ancients. So implies that she's not exactly. But like,
I suspect that she is, but a couple of the others are not, because all civilizations have the ability to ascend.
Okay. So I always just thought about it as like, so Daniel got like to have Oma and have some sort of ancient connection, but Jonas got to make the cool discovery and
That's
be
true.
there for like the ancient found on Earth. I'm kind of sad for Daniel in that way.
Merlin knew Oma.
Yes.
Oh.
So,
Count Chancellor Toman. I wish we saw him more. We see him a couple of times.
Yeah, this is Dorian.
Like a harder edged Tok'ra. Yes.
Yeah, Dorian Harewood as Thorin. So we see him again in Abyss in 2 episodes' time.
Can I just say that he is looking fabulous in that outfit? Like, Tok'ra need to remember how to dress, and this man knows how to dress.
That's true.
I need them to bring their style back.
Yeah.
Also, has he done like a Whoopi Goldberg thing and shaved his eyebrows off?
Have to
I
look
don't
at
think
him
he
again.
has eyebrows.
Or are they invisible?
They could be really
My
small.
grandmother's. I mean, it's either death or symbiote for 5 minutes. God, he has no eyebrows. You're
I
right.
don't think he has eyebrows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. See, it didn't even notice. He's got a very strong brow ridge.
He does. He's still very expressive, even without the eyebrows.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We've only known you guys for 4 years. I'm not crazy about it. Even when the episode aired, I was like, I don't know if I would do it.
Well, you don't know if you'd become a Tok'ra? I'd much rather become a Tok'ra than die. That's I don't like death.
Well, their dubious relationship that Jack has with them is only proven, right in a couple of episodes.
It's true.
When he believes O'Neill to avoid
Jacob,
suffering.
Plus,
good enough for me.
Yeah. Well, what gets me is that, like, the Tok'ra kind of say that, he'll only have a symbiote for like a quote reasonable time, but like their concept of time is very different from ours because they literally live for centuries, so that could mean years.
Well, in terms of healing him, that's I think
they
that's
don't
what they're
want to
getting
mind
at.
meld them properly like they do for most like.
But what they're saying is that they're gonna meld them until such a time that they can find another.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Another
willing host. It could be a while.
It's basically indefinite. Yeah.
Yep.
Because that meant they've had trouble finding him a host anyway, which is why this situation has come up. So
I do really wish they explored this a little bit more. I know they like touch on it a bit in
afterwards. You mean?
Yeah. I wish that we got more of a
experience.
conversation and Jack's experience because they don't talk about it enough as far as I'm concerned.
and it was just so traumatic. Yeah.
What the way that they did it as well.
My dead
They
body.
they did it in such a way where like they really damaged the reputation between the Tok'ra and Jack, and I feel like the writers could have used this as the bridge to finally connect Jack and the Tok'ra to like have a better relationship. So I was quite infuriated by this choice, to be honest.
Within a reasonable amount of time.
Also, wait for the swelling music, Nicole.
I know. Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like a
it.
little bit too intense, and like it's a lot less subtle than Jack's nod right there.
That is such a subtle nod.
It's very subtle.
All these subtle nods.
Shut up.
Yeah, I'm really bitter about how the show handled Jack's relationship with the Tok'ra, and I will never not be bitter about it. The whole Tok'ra Earth relationship, they really bungled that throughout season 6 and 7. I know it was already quite tough, but damn, did it feel like a waste.
This also would have been a great episode for Jeff Golka to come back.
Yes,
Thank you, my BFF 5 ever. It's his birthday, actually.
Oh, it is
coming up.
Coming up.
Yeah, no, not today. It's coming up. No, wait, is it today? Shoot, hold on.
October the 20th.
It is today. Good. So I need to talk to him today about it. Oh my god, it is today, isn't it?
So his birthday is today.
Jesus.
All right, what a friend you are.
Jesus. I know.
The ancient plague featured in this episode does later become a point of speculation for Daniel, who suggests a potential connection to the Ori.
Yes, but it's never confirmed. I assumed that when the Ori story arc was interested, that it was something created by the Ori to wipe them out. But the Ori never knew where they were in the universe until Daniel and Vala phoned them. And then they were like, oh, now we know. That was Frozen.